Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes. All the product I'm using and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products and help support my channel. There's my email address if you have any questions. There's a link to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and help it grow in YouTube world. Got a little tickle in my throat all of a sudden. I'm gonna have a little sip of my tea real quick. Oh. So we're gonna play with Storybook Friends today. And I'm gonna bring in a couple of die sets. First is Stylish Shapes, which we've all used many times. But this is a new stamps or die set that is called Textured Notes Dies. Now this is an online exclusive. It is part of a suite. I did not purchase the whole suite, but I did purchase these dies because they are gorgeous. I'm going to take them out of the pack so there's not such a glare. There we go. Can you see all the different patterns that cut into your rectangles? I thought they were just gorgeous. And we're using 2 of them today. So, what are we making? That's the question, right? Well, I'm gonna put this away and I will show you what we're making. Well, we have a cute little bunny on our thing. It's an Easter card. And it's a little couple bunnies. I don't know if you can see on there the wink is still on those bunnies, but they're all winked out. And it just says, somebody loves you. It's a really nice little Easter card. I thought it was rather cute. Not very traditional Easter colors, but it works for me. So, let's get started. Just getting out the pieces we need, because we'll do some stamping first. We are going to need our envelope. I'll just go over the pieces with you right now. I forgot to bring a piece of paper to stamp my bunnies on. This is a piece of Lost Lagoon, 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4, and I'll just go ahead and burnish that right now. This is a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5.5, or 5 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. All the dimensions are listed below. For the inside of our card, we have a piece of the Storybook Moments DSP. It's this one, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And I've already pre-die cut out these 2 pieces. This is Lost Lagoon, and I'm not going to tell you the size, but it's in down below. And this is Pool Party. So I've used 2 different of those stitches. And then we need a scrap of white to make our little tag. And I'm using another piece. When I was cutting those pieces, left me a piece that was 3/4 by 4 inches. So I'm going to use that on the inside. And there's some scrap I can use for our bunnies. So let's get stamping. Going to stamp the bunnies in black. Memento black. And we're going to be using blends on these. I chose the ones without clothes. I thought there was a little more Eastery than the ones with farming clothes on. I'll just put the little guy down there. When you stamp them, it doesn't matter if they're upside down if you're going to be die cutting. So that's the bunnies we need. And then on our little tag, this is from the Stylish Shapes. This is that little one. We are going to stamp in Lost Lagoon, Easter Greetings. Just like that. And I just realized what I didn't bring out. I'll have to grab it in just a moment. I forgot to grab my sponge dauber. I left it over the other desk. Oh, we're not done with that one. I lost my space, but we'll come back. I'm going to clean off this small bunny. Just clean it off on my chamois. And we are going to stamp on the envelope a gray Smoky Slate Bunny. Now you could do it in black and color it if you wanted. I wanted to keep this card simple. Just one moment. I forgot that I need something and I set it back in the box without thinking last night. So just one moment. Just one second. Sorry about the delay. I threw it in here and I'm like, I don't know why I threw where I did, but now I'm throwing things around the office. And now I can't find my sponge dauber. So if you bear with me one second, I'm just going to grab another sponge dauber or a blending brush or whatever I can find in the moment. Sorry, didn't mean to do that, but you know, this has been stained blue, but it'll work. Like I said, I had my sponge dauber and I do not know what I did with it last night when I put this away. So let's finish stamping. Sorry. You know, I don't edit my videos. You get to see when I make a mess and drop things. And this is Somebody Loves You. And I want to get that as straight as possible. Looks pretty good to me. Now we're truly done stamping. But I'm going to leave this out because what I wanted to do is I'm going to take the sponge dauber and put it in the Lost Lagoon, and I want to go in across here and put, you can use a blending brush or a sponge, you know, whatever you want. I just wanted to add a little bit of color around the edge of this. Just, when I put it on white, just, this is an old blending brush and it's falling apart because it is so old. They don't last forever. Or these daubers don't last forever, I can tell you that. Especially they get very old and they do disintegrate, and I have some that I threw away. I think they were some of the first ones I ever purchased 20-some years ago. So, but you can use a sponge dauber, a regular sponge. You could just tap it in the ink, but unfortunately the corners here are a little hard to get that way. Okay, so let's build our card. Now, coloring. I'm using 3 colors. Light Petal Pink, dark Pretty Peacock, and light Smoky Slate. That's the only colors I'm using. And to help speed this video along, I've colored our bunnies already and die cut them. So the pink inside the ears left his belly white, tails are white. That's where I used Pretty Pink. I gave him a pink bow. So there's our bunnies. All done. So for the inside part, we are just going to be gluing this at the bottom. Right straight across. You know, when you cut that 6x6 paper, I cut it in half and I cut a wedge off that was 4 inches. And you cut it down to the 5, it leaves you that 3/4, so you might as well use it and carry it inside so you don't waste that paper. Or you can save it for something else, but I always like carrying it inside a lot of times. So I'm going to put this on the inside of my card. I'm going to go this way. If you can't see, this one's very small. When you cut your paper and you fold it, sometimes you leave a little lip on one side. This one doesn't have much of a lip, but sometimes one's a little longer than the other. I always like to put the short one at the back, the long one at the front. That's what I was checking. They should always be the same when you've scored, but sometimes you're off just a tad. You see what I was starting to do? This is not going to be a good day, is it? It's early in the morning, and I'm already having problems. I started to put that on the front. So, since we got a little glue there, let's put the front on. Just like that. And then these two pieces, we are going to put this one here. Now you could put these up on dimensionals or not. I'm not, because they're thick already, and then you add the extra postage. If you put more dimensionals, you'd have to add more postage. Leaving it this way, I'm not going to have to add extra postage. I'm always thinking about postage when I make cards and who it's going to, because, you know, postage has gone up, and it is just a fact of life. I'm looking at my grid and getting this centered as best I can. Like that. Off a little bit though. That's better. So that's what we have so far. And then I'm going to grab some dimensionals and put all of these on dimensionals. Like I said, this was just a simple little bunny card, and I thought was appropriate for the holiday. Now this guy, I'm going to put a big one down in his, if I don't stick to the bunny, I'm going to put a big one down here. And then you can either use a side off of the big one or a mini for his head. And then this one, I'm going to put 3 across here. So, and you can place your bunnies wherever you wanted. I'm going to put him about there. And move him up just a little bit. And put our little Easter greeting on here. These are the type of cards you could mass produce. You know, stamp all your bunnies and sit and just color them, and cut all your pieces and put it together very quickly. So I've done that, and then I took some white baker's twine and made a double bow. And I'm going to grab a glue dot. Put my bow right, and not right into that glue dot. Try not to, I stick it right to me. I'm going to put this right about there. And you can put it someplace else. I'm going to trim that off just a little bit. That's closer to the other one now. And then I needed some bling, and so I went with the antique pearls. And I'll put a large one here, and a medium one here, and a small one here. And that is my card for today. Like I said, nice, simple, easy Easter card. You know, Easter is coming up. It's not until April, but with everything that's going on and it's spring, everybody gets so busy, especially when Easter falls at the end of the month. So I decided it was time to get our Easter cards started. Not that I won't do some more, but this is, I've done the last couple weeks, I think 3 now. This is the 3rd one. So anyhow, everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.